Are you overwhelmed by trying to juggle your faith and your busy life? Does it feel like you're constantly falling short, no matter how hard you try to build those spiritual habits? You're not alone. But what if you could create a faith plan that actually fits your life without all the overwhelm that you may be feeling right now? Building a faith plan that you can stick to can feel like a very overwhelming task, especially if you're trying to balance all those demands of your work, your family, and everything else in between. But it doesn't have to be complicated or even stressful. So, in this video today, I'm going to walk you through 4 key steps that will help you to create a sustainable, practical faith plan that really does fit seamlessly into your life. These steps are going to help you first gain clarity about your unique spiritual design and what truly fuels your faith growth. Second, breaking it down into those small, manageable actions that really do work inside your schedule. And third, to align your plan with your lifestyle, ensuring it doesn't add more stress, but enhances your day-to-day routine. And fourth, to focus on sustainable growth so that you can track without burning out. Hey there, wise woman. This is DeneenTB, your faith and business growth strategist. Welcome to another episode of the Truth and Business Show. My job is to really help you, the God-centered business and or professional Christian woman, to grow in your faith so it fuels your work life and keeps you on mission for God. So let's dive into each of these 4 steps. And by the end of this, I'm guaranteeing that you're going to have a clear path forward and you'll feel empowered to take those consistent action steps towards a faith plan that actually sticks. So let's get started. Number 1, start with clarity. So I want you to think about how you approach a big work project. Would you just dive in without a plan? Probably not. The same goes for your faith journey. The first step is really to understand your unique spiritual design, how God has wired you to connect with Him. And once you have that clarity, then your faith plan becomes much easier to create and to stick with. Now, you may have already felt a pull in a certain direction or a certain way of connecting with God. Maybe you feel closest to Him through deep emotional prayer or worship. Or perhaps you thrive when you reflect on His purposes for you in your life in that quiet, meditative type of moment. You might engage intellectually by diving into scripture or studying theology. Or you may find that living out your faith through your actions and service really fuels your growth. So here's the cool part. When you know which part of you, whether it's the heart, soul, mind, or strength, I call it my HSMS model, which one you resonate with, then you can start to build a plan that truly reflects how God has designed you. It doesn't have to look like everyone else's. That's the beauty of it. It just needs to feel authentic to you. So, are you not sure where to start? I want you to take the first step by taking my Faith Shape quiz. You can discover which part of the model that you actually lead with, and it'll give you a clearer picture of how to align your faith growth in a way that God has designed you. So I've put that down in the description. You can click on that and you can get started with the Faith Shape quiz. So here's how you can start to build a faith rhythm that aligns with who you are based on those once you know it. For example, if you are heart-led, you could dedicate just 5 to 10 minutes each morning to reflect on a Bible verse or journaling your thoughts and feelings. This will help you start your day focused on God and His Word. Mind-led, You can set aside time each week to really dive into a Bible commentary or listen to a podcast that really deepens your understanding of Scripture. This will satisfy that intellectual curiosity and help you to grow in your knowledge of God. Are you strength-led? That's what you found out? Find ways to live out your faith through action. You can set aside time once a week to serve others, whether that means volunteering at a local charity or even serving at church. You can also make your daily work. The work is worship and offering to God by praying before you start and asking Him to guide your efforts. And don't forget to go outside. That helps with a strength-led person as well. A soul-led, if you find out that you're soul-led, just spend 15 or 20 minutes a day in quiet reflection or journaling. Take time to meditate on a verse or go for a walk in nature too, reflecting on God's purpose for you. This time of peace and reflection will actually nourish your soul and deepen your connection with God. These small, intentional steps will help you create a faith plan that is both manageable and personal. That's important. Okay, second thing we're going to talk about today, second key, is to break it down into manageable steps, just like a business project, right? We've all been there. We set this huge, big goal. We get really excited, and then we quickly start to do all the things, and we get overwhelmed because it seems like it's too much to tackle. Instead of diving head first into a massive project, we have to step back and break it down into those small, bite-sized actions that do actually feel doable. We focus on one habit at a time, and I want you to remember to give yourself grace when things don't go exactly as planned. It's all about progress, process, not the perfection. I want you to hear that. So here are some ways to make it work for you. Of course, you may know these, but that's okay. We're going to review them. Start small. Don't pressure yourself to do everything at once. Begin with just 5 minutes of prayer or meditation each day. That small moment can make a big impact over time. Then, of course, track your progress. Keep it simple, though. Create just a checklist or a journal page to track your daily spiritual milestones. It'll give you that visual reminder of how far you've come, and hopefully it'll motivate you to keep going. And then we want to look at consistency over perfection. Again, instead of trying to stick to that rigid schedule, aim for consistency. Those little steps taken regularly will help you build a steady rhythm that feels more natural and sustainable. Here's how to get started. If you've been wanting to study the Bible every day, but you feel too busy, start with 5 minutes in the morning before you start work. That's it, just 5 minutes. Over time, as you get into the groove, you might find that you want to spend more time diving into the scripture because you've built a rhythm that fits your life. It's all about creating a routine that feels right for you, one that builds momentum without feeling like a burden. That's what's important. Okay, we're on to key number 3. Align your faith plan with your lifestyle. Did you hear me? Align. As a busy professional or an entrepreneur or just being a mom too, your plate, I know, is already full. And you might feel like, oh, there's just no more room for one more thing, especially when it comes to your faith. But here's the good news. Integrating your faith into your daily routine doesn't have to take extra hours or time or feel like it's just one more thing you need to manage. It's about weaving those moments of connection with God into your already busy lifestyle. So here's some ideas about how you can make that work. For example, morning routine. Instead of rushing through your morning, take just a few moments to align your thoughts with God, whether it's enjoying your morning coffee while reflecting on a verse or just using those few minutes to pray. It doesn't have to be long, but what it does is it sets the tone for your day. Or how about some workday faith moments? As a business owner or professional, you're likely moving from one task to another all day long, right? I know you are. That's what I do. But you can still find those moments to connect with God, whether it's just a quick prayer before a meeting, a moment of reflection during your lunchtime, or even reading scripture during your break. These small pauses will really help you stay centered, keep you centered. And then, of course, an evening reflection. And these don't all have to be done. If you're a morning person, do the morning. If you want to find more connection during the day, do that. If you're an evening person, do that. I'm not saying do all of it. I'm saying pick one thing. An evening reflection, that end of the day, just take a moment to journal about what you're thankful for, or reflect on what God did or his presence throughout your day. It doesn't need to be lengthy. Just take a few minutes before bed to realign your heart and your spirit. I've got some more ideas to get you started, because as a business owner, you might find yourself constantly making decisions. And before you walk into a meeting, simply ask God for wisdom, trusting him to guide you. Or if you're commuting to work, listen to a podcast that speaks to both your business goals and your faith growth. That would be something like this, right? Or because these small actions can really make a big impact on how you feel connected to God, even in the middle of your busy day. It's all about finding ways to fit it into those nooks and crannies of your day, whether that's before or after meetings or Zoom calls, in the pickup line for your kids, or commuting. It has to become a natural part of the rhythm of your life so it doesn't ever feel like a burden. And the fourth key, focus on sustainable growth, not just the peaks and valleys, not just the I'm doing really well now and boom, I crash. No, we want to find sustainable growth, because it's so easy to dive into a new faith routine with all that enthusiasm only to feel like you hit the wall a few weeks later. We've all been there, right? I've been there. I know I have. Instead of burning out, the key is that lasting spiritual growth, consistency. And that means creating rhythms that allow for rest, for reflection, and realignment. Don't you love the alliteration, right? Rest, reflection, and realignment. You don't have to be on all the time. In fact, those moments when we have pause is where the most growth happens. So here's how you can keep your faith journey sustainable. First, it's that daily rhythm. Start by committing to those small, consistent moments that we've already just talked about. I have a model called my 888 model, and it's just 8 minutes of prayer or reflection a day. That can make a big difference. Setting aside 8 hours each month for a time away, a mini Sabbath, in just those very few moments can help. And then trying to take 8 days of spiritual retreat or reset during a quarter. These break down into spaces where you can recalibrate and keep moving forward. I have a video, and I'll put it up here into the cards, that I talk more in depth about what this 888 model is. So you can watch that video to get even more ideas. Another way to keep your faith journey sustainable is through accountability, because sometimes we just need a little bit of encouragement, whether it's a close friend, a small group, a faith community. Having someone that's sharing the journey along with you can make all the difference. Accountability keeps you focused, keeps you motivated, especially on those days when it seems like it's really hard, right? And of course, as I've said before, be gentle with yourself. Remember, your faith journey is not a race. It's not a race. It's okay if some days feel harder than others. Growth happens over time. And it's about consistency. Again, not perfection. So here's something else for you. If you're feeling spiritually dry, a mini retreat, even just an afternoon, can do wonders. I used to take women on what I called quiet retreats for a day. Do that for yourself. Take that time away, whether it's just a quiet afternoon in nature or a day of reflection at home alone. Just do it to reconnect with God. Plan a few of these throughout your year. Once a quarter is awesome. Use these to reflect where you've been, where you're going, and what God's calling you to do next. And by giving yourself permission to rest and recalibrate, you're going to set yourself up for that sustainable growth that really lasts. So now it's time to take some action so you can accelerate your growth. Because these ideas that I've just given you are just a foundation, the thing that you can know a little bit about of how to build a faith plan that really sticks. But imagine taking your growth even further. What if you could accelerate your journey by immersing yourself in a transformative experience that realigns your faith, renews your purpose, and gives you the space to truly hear from God? That's exactly what I am going to offer you, is what I call my Rooted Rhythm Retreat. It's going to be a 10-day retreat designed to help you step away from the hustle and the bustle of everyday life, of your life, to really reconnect with God in a peaceful, nurturing environment. During this time, you're going to gain clarity on your unique faith design. You're going to integrate your faith into both your personal and your professional life. And you're going to leave with a solid, sustainable plan to continue moving forward with confidence. So picture this. You're surrounded by nature. You're immersed in moments of reflection and rest with no distractions to pull you away from your relationship with God. You'll have time to reset, reflect, and truly hear from God in a way that's tailored to your unique calling. And by the end of the retreat, you'll feel spiritually refreshed and equipped to live out your faith with purpose, knowing exactly how to align your daily life and work with God's design for you. If that sounds like the next step for you, I am currently only offering a wait list. So I'm opening the wait list for my next Rooted Rhythm Retreat. So if you're at all interested, go ahead and click on that down in the description. Don't miss out on this chance to dive deep into your faith journey and in a way that's truly transformative in a very short amount of time. Creating a faith plan that sticks, I'll remind you, it doesn't have to be overwhelming. By starting with clarity about your unique design and then breaking down your goals into those manageable steps, you can integrate your faith into your daily life in a way, as I said, that feels natural, that feels sustainable. Whether you discover that you're heart-led or soul-led, mind-led or strength-led, understanding how you connect with God allows you to build a plan that works for you, one that fits into your busy life without that added stress. As you build your plan, remember to focus on those consistent small actions that lead to the lasting growth. And be sure to give yourself grace along the way. If you're ready to take your faith to that next level right now, I have a free training for you that will introduce you to the personalized faith plan. And you'll learn how to make that plan so that your faith growth is natural and becomes routine. And if you're ready to go deeper into a more immersive experience and think you need that, check out the Rooted Rhythm Retreat. Get on that wait list. It's an opportunity for you to reconnect with God, realign with His purpose, and create a faith plan that truly fits your life. Both things, the here and now with the free training, in the short future at Rooted Rhythm Retreat. Whatever next step you choose, Know that you are not alone in this journey. Your faith plan can be both manageable and transformative. I'd love to hear from you. What is one small step that you've been inspired to today that you can take today to start building a faith plan that really fits your life? I would love for you to share that down in the comments below so that we can start a conversation. This is DeneenTB. Have a great rest of your day. And as always, be filled to overflowing.